everybody, so today I want to talk about a new topic, and that is weight. So as you can see, I am not stick thin. I have I do carry a lot more weight than a normal healthy human being would carry. But I would like to say that I am not massively overweight, but still I'm not happy with my weight, and I don't think I'll ever be. And I think there is a lot of people out there who are not comfortable with their body weight. The best thing you can do is just keep trying and just focus on your goal. That is the main thing. I specifically wanted to talk about a reason behind a lot of my weight, and I'm sorry about my hair. And that is because of my polycystic ovary syndrome. Now, what that basically means is that I have cysts on my ovaries, and that will make it harder for me to conceive. It also makes it ridiculously hard to lose weight, but very easy to put on weight, so naturally there is a struggle. There is also unwanted body hair, so I get hair here, and I get hair down my sides, and that often has to be groomed. I get hair on my stomach, and basically it's very unattractive in my opinion, but that is something I have to basically put up with. The only way I can manage the hair really is if I wax and if I shave. Now, shaving for a lot of people makes hair grow a lot thicker and a lot faster. So if you have it on your face, then I definitely recommend waxing it. But if you're comfortable with shaving and it does not affect you in the way it affects me, then go for it. I've spoken about the weight, I've spoken about the hair, and it also regulates periods. So periods are very much mixed. I've been around at most 5 months with no period, and I have been gone a week where I've just come off, then a week's passed, then I'm back on. So it's very irregular. Also, it makes sex painful. I'm sorry about my fringe, it's just not going very well. It makes sex painful as well, so being intimate here I have to be careful with, because I do tend to get pain in it feels like my womb area. There is certain ways to manage your condition. You can either take estrogen or the pill, because that is estrogen, but that also increases your weight, but it regulates your period and stimulates your ovaries. So if you want a child and you have polycystic ovaries, then I suggest taking the pill and keeping track of what you eat and what you do during the day, so you don't put on extra weight. But it's not guaranteed that the pill will work. It's different with each woman. Personally, I've never been on it because I am big enough. I do not want to get bigger. But if you're okay with your weight and you know you can manage it, then I suggest trying the pill. Also trying metformin. Now, I wouldn't go ahead and just say, look, and go to your pharmacist and I need to take this and that because this lady on YouTube said so. No, don't do that, please don't do that. This is just what I know personally. If you want to look into it, I really strongly urge you to go to your doctor before prescribing medication. Please do not self-prescribe medication because of me. But metformin can also help. It just helps with basically collecting weight. It's not a diet pill, so please do not treat it like a diet pill. It does not work like a diet pill, but it just helps regulate your metabolism, I think. But don't go by my word. I could be wrong. So make sure that if you do speak to your doctor about it, just make sure it's the right medication that you need to be on. Also, with polycystic ovaries, if you are worried that you may have polycystic ovaries, such as if you are young and underage, and you are not sexually active, and that you are worried anyway that you may have it, look out for weight gain, look out for difficulty in losing weight, look out for body hair. That was the biggest sign that I had when it came to having body hair on the face, on the upper lip, and on my stomach mainly. When the doctor saw that, he sent me to get an ultrasound, and that basically told me whether or not I had polycystic ovaries, and unfortunately for me, I did as well. Also, if you are underage, ask your mother if your mother is biological, or ask someone you know who already has polycystic ovaries, who is a relative of yours, because you can get it through. You can get it through your biological mother. So yeah, look out for the weight gain, the difficulty in losing weight, the hair. Asking relatives, female relatives that you know who do have polycystic ovaries themselves. And also, if you are sexually active, then you may notice irregular periods. I'm saying also that can go if you are not sexual active, but going through puberty or have periods, and you notice that your periods don't come every month like they should do. Also, then maybe go speak to your doctor. If you're sexual active, like I was saying before, you may find discomfort whilst being intimate or using sort of toys and stuff, because it can hurt what feels to be like your womb and your ovary sort of area. So it can be very uncomfortable. So if you experience any of these symptoms I have spoken about and you're worried that you may have it, then I strongly suggest go to your doctor and tell him or her how you feel, tell him your symptoms, and he will tell you what you can do afterwards. Now, I went to the doctor. The way I found out, it was back in 2013, where I only just got sexually active, and I experienced abnormal pain during sex, and Mum said maybe go to the doctors. So I went to the doctors, and he rolled up my t-shirt, and he was pressing down on my stomach as in a normal examination, and he noticed that I had hair on my stomach, and I told him my experiences with pain during sex, and he said, look, that is strong indication that you may have polycystic ovaries, so what I'm going to do is send you to have an ultrasound. So they sent me a referral letter to go and get an ultrasound, and that's what I did. I had to make sure that my bladder was full, so I had to drink a lot of water before going there, so I was near enough bursting for a wee, but I didn't do that. I didn't drink enough, and I don't like the feeling of not going for a wee, so naturally I forgot and went. So if you happen to also do what I did, which I don't recommend unless you want the alternative, then make sure that your bladder is full, so they can have a clear ultrasound on your stomach. But because I had water, and because I went toilet beforehand, I didn't need to go, obviously. So they asked me if I was sexually active, and I said I was. And so they used not the, like when you see on TV, they have like the ultrasound wand that they just put over your stomach. This time it was something they had internally. So they basically laid me on the bed and inserted this wand thing, and it was the head of it was about that wide lengthways, and then it was about it was quite thick. Not painfully thick, but noticeably thick. Or for me anyway. And basically the female nurse, she moved them on in different positions and then told me, oh, okay, get yourself dry, because they do use a lot of jelly. They use a lot of lube, so to speak. And then I went home after that, and about a week later I had a phone call saying that they had seen cysts on my ovaries, therefore I did have polycystic ovaries, which was unfortunate for me, as I've always wanted children. Since I was a child, I've wanted children, and so I'm just hoping one day that will happen for me. Also, if you also want children, I said also like twice in that sentence, if you want children and you have polycystic ovaries, losing weight does help a significant amount. I know it's very difficult to lose weight, but if you do, even if it's a stone, 2 stone, your chances of getting pregnant will help significantly. For me, during my time with an ex-partner, we tried for 4 years unsuccessfully. That was unfortunate, but I think it's because I was at the wrong weight for me. My body just said, no, not going to happen until, you get more active and lose a lot more weight than you are. So that concludes my little story. But yeah, if you are worried about any of these symptoms, please go and see a doctor, and do not self-prescribe the medications I spoke about before, because I was told about these by my doctor. So unless you've been told by your doctor, then please do not go ahead and just go, I want that and that. No, give me them, because it will help me, because no. So yeah, don't self-prescribe, and if you're worried about the symptoms, go to a doctor. And if this video helped you in any sort of way, then give me a big thumbs up and comment in the comments below, and subscribe if you already haven't. Anyway,